If you can hear me, please kindly let me know if you can hear me and if you can hear the music as well. Good evening, Fabusoro Sajarim Adeyinka, my good sister. Can you hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me, because earlier on we tried coming on air twice and the audio was playing funny. So if you can hear me now, please do let me know. I will appreciate that. And if you can hear the music as well. Good evening, Fabusoro Sajare, Martins, Lillian, good evening. Please do let me know if you can hear me and if you can hear the music as well. It's important you let me know. Thank you for joining. We've taken so much time trying to get ready for today's show. My appreciation goes out to all those who joined me earlier. I'm going to tone down the music in a little while, but let the music keep going now. I just want to know if you can hear me and you can hear the music. Thank you so very much for joining those who have joined me already, and apologies to those who joined in earlier. Twice earlier we tried coming online, we tried coming on air, and we had some technical issues, but everything seemed to be fine now. I just need to finally verify that from those who are with me right now. Let me know if you can hear my voice and if you can hear the music. Let me know, so we are sure that the technical itch has been resolved now. It's important you let me know. Do let me know. Lizzie Eniola, thank you for sharing already. Thank you so very much. It's a bumper pack show today as usual, and I need you to stay on with me. I've got some very, very, very intriguing information to share with you on a video that is going viral. And you know, if we cannot authenticate things on Voice Africa Radio, we don't bring them to you. When our attention was called to that viral video, we did our due diligence. We tried reaching out to those we know we could get information from. We spoke with a number of people, and we were referred to a few people as well whom we spoke to. And the information behind the video that is going viral, you will hear it on Voice of Freak Radio today, and then you're gonna hear it live and direct from, maybe I'll probably say, from the horse's mouth, from the grapevine. It's just direct from those who are involved in this viral video. So it's going to be from the grapevine. We heard it from the grapevine and from the horse's mouth. So stay on with me, and I've got another very informative piece to share with you for those of us who are looking to do our MBA or master's degree, I have information to share with you on where and how you can get your MBA done free of charge. So you want to wait for that. But like I said earlier, please do let me know if you can hear me. And if you can hear me, you probably should just, okay, you can hear me loud and clear. All right, beautiful, fantastic. So Fabusoro Sajari can hear me loud and clear. Now, those of you who are on the show with me already, I know a number of people came on the show earlier twice, and then they went away. So they probably will not be aware now that we are back on air and that everything is fine now. So please do let them know. Share this video on your timeline and do invite your friends to join in because it's going to be very, very educative and informative as well. All right, so we'll just listen to that music a little more. That if you want to marry a husband, we will listen to it just for a minute or so, and then we will start the show. We'll just go ahead with the show. All right, so let's listen to the music. Orebayo Emmanuel Holami, thank you for joining. Those who have shared already, let me see how many people have shared. If you have shared the video, please give a thumb up. I'll just type in shared. And if you have not shared, kindly share so we can commence. Like I said, it's a juicy package, a bumper package for you today on The More You Look. The more you look, they say, the less you see. But we believe that the more you look intensely, the more you will see. If you will look beyond the surface, the more you look, the more you will see. So we are going to look beyond the surface on the show. I know the video that relates to Jumoke and Andrew is already viral. But, you know, we just want to discuss some of the truth that we are privy to in regards to that video, some of the things we heard from those who are directly involved. So kindly share. Thank you so very much. And while we are waiting to get that done, let me quickly share this video with you. This is a video of Jumoke and Andrew on their wedding day. So once you watch this video, it will first of all settle one of the controversies that's going around in regards to that viral video. It will settle that controversy of, are they married, are they not married? So you're going to watch this video. Mama Lillian, good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Who else is there? Okay, I've acknowledged the people who are with me already. So once you see this video, it will put to rest the argument on whether or not Andrew and Jumoke are actually married. I know some people are saying, oh, they are not married. Oh, they are married. They're not married. Now, one of the people we spoke to, who is very, very close to the husband, which is Andrew, actually sent this video to us. He asked us to go and check online, and we asked, oh, can you kindly just send it to us if you have it? So the fellow sent us the video, and once you see this video, I'm sure, like I said, it will put to rest that controversy on whether or not Jumoke and Andrew are actually married, and then we'll look at other factors that has to do with the video. Right, thank you very much for the thumb up. Prince Olani Alade Gold, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Tolu Bukayo, Anima Shaun, it's nice having you on the show. Those who are with me on the show already, kindly share this video. Like I said to you, it's just an exposition on the viral video of Jumoke and the husband, or Andrew. Jumoke and Andrew this is just an exposition on both of them. Prince Olani Alade Gold, I can hear you very well. Thank you very much, my brother, all the way from Nigeria. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, I will encourage everyone who is on the show with me right now to kindly share this video. Now, before I show you the wedding video of Jumoke and Andrew, let me quickly clear the air on this. Somebody, well, I do get messages every now and then in my inbox. Somebody inboxed me recently, and then, you know, they were expressing their views on some of the videos I've done, and they said, oh, because you did a video and you mentioned XYZ person, so they mentioned the name of the person. The person is one of the popular people on social media. Because you mentioned the name of that person, we're not going to be watching your show anymore. And I was very, very glad that I responded to that person in a very clear and concise manner. And what I said to that person, and to everyone out there who probably may want to issue out threats of, oh, we'll not watch your show again, we'll not watch your show again. Let me be honest with you. I am not online on social media platform for people to like me. No. And I'm not looking for a crowd. If there is a crowd, beautiful. Thumbs up. If there is no crowd, if it is two people and we have two people whose lives are regularly touched and changed, and they are educated, they are informed by what we do, they are regularly getting blessed and entertained by what is coming from the stable of Voice Africa Radio, then our job is done. So it's not about us getting all the likes. I mean, if all the likes come in, all well and good, keep them coming in. But if we're not getting them, we will not be deterred. That is not our motivation. The crowd is not our motivation on Voice Africa Radio. The number of people watching our show is not our motivation. One of the things that we do understand is that every video, every audio that you put out there on social media platform is going to probably outlive all of us. It's going to be there forever. So if people do not watch it today, people will watch it tomorrow, people will watch it the day after, people will watch it a week later, a month later. It's going to be there forever. So for us, there is no immediate gratification. Oh, let's see how many people. Oh, 1,000 people. No, that is not our motivation on this show and on Voice Africa Radio. It's not our motivation. Our motivation is reaching out to people, touching lives, transforming lives, and entertaining people, and providing quality programming that will, in the end, be seen and be remarked as coming from people who are quality conscious. So again, it's not about the number of people, it's about the quality. It's about the quality. I appreciate every one of you who has kept appointments with us, who have always come online whenever we come on air as well. I do appreciate you being with us. Thank you so very much for your support. But please, let us be clear. It is important that whatever we are churning out into the public, that it is factual, it is pure, it is true, it is entertaining. Don't let us be clouded by the crowd. You know, it is not about the crowd, it is about the quality. Having said that, I'm going to play that video, that wedding video of Jumoke and Andrew very quickly, so that we can put to rest the issue, the controversy of, are they married? Oh, they are not married. Oh, yeah, they are married. So once you watch this video, we'll come back. We'll talk about Jumoke and Andrew. And then all of us together, we will see what lessons we can learn. And then the facts and the truth we gathered from those we spoke with. We are not doing, doing this show, bringing on this topic without us having done our due diligence. So the facts, the truth that we gathered, we will share with you as well. So enjoy this video. It's a very long video, but we'll just watch the video probably for the first 2-3 minutes or 4. Enjoy it.
Let's see how Jumoke Lawal and Andrew Osazua rocked their special day.
Colorful and beautiful people, a well-decorated hall, a lovely cake. All these and much more set the tone for the traditional engagement party between Jumoke Lawal and Andrew Osazua. The family of Obayomi Lawal from Osun State and Osazua from Agbo in Delta State are celebrating the coming together of their children. It's certainly a new beginning, and a happy one at that, for the two families, as the groom, Andrew Osazua, cheerfully makes his way in to his new in-laws to pay them homage. And then to his family.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's pause it there for now. Now, from that video, I'm sure it is very, very clear that Andrew and Jumoke were married. And if there is still anyone out there who is disputing that, please be clear on that. Because, Andrew did say in the video that, oh, you are not, we're not even married. You are just my baby mama, right? But we will get to that. We'll get to that shortly. How that came to be, we will analyze. We will explain how that came to be. But they were married. They were married. If you are on this show with me right now, I'm just going to encourage you to please kindly share this video. Kindly share. Share. It is important that you do share. And if you have shared, just type shared. If you have shared, type shared so that I know those who have shared. I can see actually 3 people have shared, or 2 people more or less. So the rest of us who are on the show right now, kindly share this video. It is important. Let's share the video. All right. And one of the reasons it is important is for us to be able to put to rest some of the controversies that has to do with this Jumoke and Andrew video that is going viral. Now, okay. I'm just trying to read what people are saying so I can see how many people are on the same page with me. We're going to take it easy on the show today. There's no rush. We're just going to take it very, very easy. There's no rush, okay? I want you to relate with me, just communicate with me. Let me know what you think about that video. Now, the people I spoke with people, some of the people from Jumoke's side, and then I spoke with people from Andrew's side as well. Now, the people I spoke with mostly agreed that Jumoke and Andrew's marriage was a very, very troubled one. Very, very troubled one. Many times there were fights, there were, physical aggression a lot of times. So both sides do agree that all was not well with that marriage. But hey, is there any marriage out there where all is totally and completely well? Well, probably no. Every marriage comes with their unique challenges and problems, situations that the couples will have to grapple with, that they have to cope with, that they will have to devise means of managing. So no marriage is devoid of challenges. So Jumoke and Andrew's marriage obviously had challenges, marital woes, and what have you. But it did not all start with troubles, fire and brimstone, fire and fury, like President Trump will say. It did not all start that way. It started very, very rosy from the beginning. All was well, all was good. From what I gathered, all was well, all was good. Andrew, who is sometimes called Drew for short, they call him Drew. he was actually the one who brought Jumoke to the United States of America. He brought Jumoke to America and then got Jumoke settled in America. Now, what I'm telling you now is very, very authentic. Authentic. It's not something gleaned from social media platforms. It's not something we went on social media platform and start gathering. These are things we heard from people who are related to this couple. All right. Now, I just told you that Andrew was the one who brought Jumoke to America. But then some of the things we were told about Jumoke was that Jumoke was, what they told us, was a runs girl, was once a runs girl. You know, when they say somebody is a runs girl or was a runs girl, people who go about carrying aristos, who go about with, sugar daddies. We were told that Jumoke was once like that. Not sure if she's still like that, but we were told that she was once like that she once had a boyfriend called George. That was before she met Andrew. Andrew was the one who recorded the video that is going viral now, that she once was with George and that she was very, very promiscuous, and that she had a particular sugar daddy whom she transferred to her sister. Her sister's name is Tosin, right? I had to mention the name because the name is on social media platform as well. You know, on this show or on any show on Voice Africa Radio, we like to keep we like to respect people's privacy. All right, but in this case, or in regards to any case that's already on social media platforms, we cannot but just reveal the identities as it sees on social media platform already. So Jumoke's sister's name is Tosin. We were told that Jumoke once had this sugar daddy whom, when she met Andrew, transferred to her sister Tosin. And then the sister carried on from where she stopped with this sugar daddy. So you can begin to picture what kind of relationship was between Jumoke and Tosin, the sister, and what kind of family background they may have had and upbringing they may have had as well. Right. This Tosin, Jumoke's sister, this Tosin sells souvenirs, and then that's major business from what we heard. And then we also heard that Jumoke at the time was working in a bank. We were given the name of the bank, but we will not mention the name of the bank. So some of the things that are not already on social media platforms, I will not be obliged to mention them. All right. But the information you already have on social media platforms, the names, we'll mention the names. So Jumoke was working in a certain bank, and Andrew, who is called Drew, happens to have an uncle who was a customer of Jumoke at a bank where she worked. So it was this uncle of Andrew, or Andrew's uncle, who introduced Andrew to Jumoke. All right, so that was how they met. Right. So Andrew brought Jumoke to America. You know, all was well and rosy. Boy meets girl, they're in love and everything, you know, saying all the nice things to each other. And then eventually he brought her to America. Before that, remember I told you Jumoke once had a boyfriend called George. Before that, when Jumoke was with George, Jumoke actually dumped George when she met a certain cousin of the late Obashijuade. She met the guy in Dubai at the hotel where George and herself were lodging in Dubai. So George traveled to Dubai with Jumoke. They were in an hotel together. Jumoke met this cousin of Obashijuade, the late Obashijuade, and then dumped her boyfriend, who was George at the time. She dumped him, and then went away with Obashijo Ade's cousin. They just gave us the background so that we will have an idea what kind of a lady Jumoke is. Right? We were also told that there is a man, Mr. Ajayi in London, who can tell us of Jumoke's expeditions and how promiscuous Jumoke is. That this Mr. Ajayi once dated Jumoke as well. And Mr. Ajayi can attest to the fact that Jumoke was promiscuous and violent. All right? Anyway, from the video you saw earlier, it is a settled matter. No argument, no controversy about the fact that Andrew and Jumoke were married. They were married. As a matter of fact, they had an elaborate wedding. From what you saw now, that was the Civic Center in Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. That was where they had the reception. So they had an elaborate wedding in Lagos, attended by the who is who in the Nigerian society. So it was a big society wedding they had. So why will Andrew then say in that video, "You are only my baby mama, you are not my wife"? Right. After bringing Jumoke to America from Nigeria, Andrew supported her, helped her to go through school, paid for Jumoke's tuition. So Jumoke went to school, studied, and became a nurse. Soon after Jumoke became a nurse and she's gotten her papers in America, her residency papers in America, she changed from who she was before. Prior to graduating and becoming a nurse, prior to getting her papers, her settlement papers, she was the nice wife, good wife, obedient wife, loving wife to Andrew. But soon after she got her papers and she graduated and began to practice as a nurse, she changed completely. She became a different human being. She started nagging. She started getting very violent from what we were told. A few times Andrew will have to leave the house, for her. And this was known to people who were close to them where they live in America. So everything was fine until she became a nurse, until she got her papers. And then she started punching and hitting the man who brought her to America, who paid her way through school. That was when the marriage began to experience lots of difficulties, challenges, and violence. Violence toward the man. Now, this is probably contrary to the usual narrative when you talk about domestic violence. It is usually and largely believed that women are mostly the ones at the receiving end when it comes to domestic violence. That women are usually the victim. But listen to me. There are so many men who are experiencing domestic violence who are probably not just brave enough to come out to say, "This is what I am going through." Most of the men who are experiencing domestic violence will not come out to accept the fact that this is what they are going through, because they are just men. It should not be heard that a man is going through such difficulty with his own wife or with his own partner. So men will rather keep it because it should not be heard. Many domestic violence against men will go unreported, unspoken about, sometimes even unnoticed by people around them. So it is not it is not just a figment of people's imagination when they say that men sometimes are victims of domestic violence. So it is real. All right? It is real. So Andrew became the victim of Jumoke's violent tendencies, whatever it is that made Jumoke to all of a sudden started becoming violent. Maybe because she's gotten what she wanted. She's now a nurse. She's no longer depending on Andrew for finance. She now has her own papers. She is now settled, so she can do whatever she likes. And then, of course, she's no longer in Nigeria. She's in America. If it were in Nigeria, it probably would be a different approach for her, because she knows that, okay, the law would not be so much on her side. But, she's in America as a woman, as a lady. She's got more rights, perhaps. So she decided it was time to change gear and become someone else, or to put on the old mask which she took off when she met Andrew, and she was looking forward to Andrew making her life better. So she put on the mask again to say, this is the real me now. This is the real me. This is my real face. Right. So when the situation became unbearable, fights every now and then, violence every now and then, Andrew decided to separate from Jumoke. They were married, remember? So they separated and they went through divorce eventually. So they became divorced. So they were divorced. They were no longer married couple. A few months after the divorce, they found out that Jumoke was pregnant. So she informed Andrew she was pregnant. Andrew was convinced that he was responsible for the pregnancy. Even though they are now divorced, Andrew decided he was going to take her back. Let's work on it again. Let's see if this can actually work. Let's see if the entrance of this child into the relationship will make any difference, will make things any better. So they decided to work it out again. So Jumoke moved in with Andrew again. Now, I shouldn't fail to mention this. Before Andrew brought Jumoke from Nigeria, he had bought his house in America. That house you saw in the video. He had bought that house before Jumoke joined him in America. So he brought Jumoke back into the home. They were trying to work it out. They're trying to see if things will now be different now that there is a child. But rather than things becoming different, things were rather becoming worse. Rather than things becoming better, it was rather becoming worse. It was rather getting out of hand. It was like, oh, if I had known, I would have just left things as they were. That was Andrew's thought later on. If I had known, I would have just left things the way they were. Right? So it went on and on and on and on and on like that. Many times Andrew will, go away from home, come back late, because obviously it wasn't a happy home for him anymore. He now has a nagging wife who now has her papers, who now has a job she thinks is the ultimate, and now to add salt to injury, to further butter her bread, she now has a child. So in her mind, she's gotten it all. So she can do whatever she likes now. She can treat him like trash. She can treat him whichever way she wants or she wanted. And then that was what she now transferred later on to Andrew's mother, which you saw in that video. Now, we're going to talk about the video. We're going to analyze the video, but I'm just giving you, the prelude to that incident you saw in the video, because there is no smoke without fire. Something led to that incident you saw in the video. So this is an introduction into what happened in that video. So Andrew took Jumoke back when they found that Jumoke was pregnant a few months after their divorce. So they started living together again as a couple, even though they are no longer married. All right. So why did Jumoke want her mother-in-law out of the house? You know, in that video, Jumoke kept saying the woman must leave the house. The woman must leave the house. I'm going to play that video very quickly, the one that is going viral. You'll see the clip, and then we'll come back to talk about why Jumoke will want her mother-in-law out of the house. Before I play that video, I'm going to take a commercial so that the sponsors will be happy with us. So let's take a commercial, and then we'll play that viral video of Jumoke and Andrew, and then we'll come back to talk. Stay with me.
Ever wondered how certain people can earn up to £500 a day as a project management or business analysis professional? Even after tax, you can save up for a house and buy your partner nice gifts. According to the Labour Force survey, unemployment rates among graduates is high because they lack labour market experience. Meet Sally. Before applying for work, she felt it was important to gain practical work experience by shadowing seasoned and experienced project managers and business analysts. She found Career Insights. Career Insights delivers intensive weekly and weekend hands-on training sessions in project management and business analysis. 12 weeks later, Sally starts applying for work and within days secures a number of job interviews and eventually secures her first contract role, paying £350 a day as a PMO analyst. We're Career Insight. For major blue-chip companies, we're in the business of changing lives. So how can we help you? Your work experience will cover managing and analysing web and mobile applications, giving you the opportunity to shadow experienced professionals in the field until you're able to successfully lead and manage your own team. Unlike other training companies where your session ends after a week, we automatically secure your workplace with a leading digital tech company. On securing your first role, you'll receive a work reference for work done. With over 2,000 placements to date, what are you waiting for? Register free today at www.careerinsights.tv. And don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/careerinsightstv.
Hello? I'm in an apartment. I don't stay. I'm in a domestic situation. 911 Lakeshore Drive. 911 Lakeshore Drive. It's a house. I have a daughter. I have a 18-month-old daughter. I'm with her dad and his mom. I'm threatening. I don't stay here. No, more like the mom, the father's mom. Yeah, she needs to leave. I don't feel safe in this apartment. I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to go anywhere because I don't have anywhere to go with my baby, and I need to stay in this apartment. She needs to leave.
How long have you for me?
The child's father's mom.
What can you?
Thank you.
Ngozi. I'm going to see for you.
Oh yeah. We get problem for house. I don't call 911. Call Ngozi. Yeah, call Ngozi or call lawyer. Call Onyeku. Onyeku. Yeah, call Ngozi. Yeah, I see there. Yeah. Boy bang. Jamera ma Pokezo. Poken. Wano. No dey bang Pokezo. Baby,
telling people about my mom in Nigeria, like who gave you the right to do that?
Baby.
She will have to push me to get through the door, Andrew. Hello? Hi, I'm in an apartment. I don't feel safe. I'm in a domestic abuse situation. 912 Lakeshore Drive. 912 Lakeshore Drive. It's a house. I have a daughter. I have an 18-month-old daughter. I'm with her dad and his mom. I feel threatened. I don't feel safe here.
Can you still hear me? Right, let me just read some of the comments. Well, true, there's no smoke without fire. I can conclude. Right. If you cannot hear me, please let me know. If you can hear me, do let me know as well. I'm just reading through the comments. Morenike Adelosoyobeze, what she did on the video is absolutely wrong. Not just a partner's mother, but an elderly woman for that matter. Based on the video, we cannot conclude. There is more to the story. Okay, that's why we're here now. Morenike Tinuke, she's the reason. She's the reason. Why would you say she's the reason? She's the reason why men don't want to marry from Africa. Okay, men always keep quiet. Aderemi Olukun says men always keep quiet. Okay. Morenike Ayinke Tinuke says, I'm sorry, but she's crazy. All right, let me continue. from where I stopped. I just wanted us to watch that video briefly. For those of us who have not seen it, I know it's going viral already. Now, from the people I spoke with, I did say to you earlier on from the start that I spoke with people on both sides of the divide, people on Jumoke's side and people from Andrew's side as well. Now, both sides did confirm that Jumoke has a temper issue. That it's everybody knows. You know, people from her side did say that it shouldn't have been a big problem because everybody knows Jumoke is like that. She has temper issue. All right. Would you find that as a problem if you are with someone who has temper issue or who is potentially aggressive? Would you see that as an issue? Will you see that as a big deal? Or will you just see it as, well, it's just another normal? Let's just take it as another normal. Would that be another normal to you? So, on this particular day, what you saw in that video, I know some of you have made up your mind on what you think was the problem. What you saw in that video, Jumoke kept saying that, why will she be telling people about my mother? Why will she be telling people about my mother? Will that be enough to treat that old woman that way because she was telling people about your mother, because she was talking about your mother? Now, and then I asked myself, what could she be telling, what could that old woman be telling people about Jumoke's mother that will warrant or justify the kind of treatment meted out to that old woman? When I asked the people I spoke with, what they said was, well, they don't know what Jumoke was talking about the woman talking to people about her mother, other than Jumoke's mother is sick. That if somebody is sick, so is that a secret? Is that something they cannot talk about? That Jumoke's mother is ill at the moment. She has ill health. And so if she overheard the old woman, her mother-in-law, talking about her mother, would that be enough reason to pounce on the old woman and say, you must leave the house? Why are you talking about my mother? If the old woman wasn't saying your mother should die, or that your mother is no good, she's just talking to somebody else about your mother who is sick. So why should that be a problem? That's number one. Number two, one of the things I was told by the people I spoke with is that the valid reason, the only valid reason Jumoke wanted this old woman out of the house is because she has a friend who is pregnant, who needs a space, who needs a place where she can stay and have a baby in the meantime. So Jumoke wanted to clear the house, get rid of her mother-in-law, so that her friend can come into the home to have a baby. That's what I was told. So there's no smoke without, there's no fire without a smoke. There's no fire without a smoke. There must have been an underlying factor or reason. And, because our attitude, our actions in that video, to me, is just outrageously abnormal. You can see in that video, she was trying to lie on the guy. Oh, you are beating me, you are beating me, you are hitting me. And the guy kept saying, my hands are up. My hands are up. My hands are up. I'm not touching you. Now, if there was no video that we all could see today, and Jumoke eventually accused the man, Andrew, of hitting her, of beating her, how many people would believe Jumoke's story? How many people would, believe if Andrew says, I never touched her that day? Would you have believed? Many men have found themselves in very similar situation where the woman, women, the way they talk, without them coming on social media, they will whisper. A woman can whisper in her bedroom and that whisper will go viral. So will anybody have believed Andrew if Andrew had said, I never touched her, and there was no video to prove. It will become Jumoke's word against Andrew's, and people will prefer to believe Jumoke and not Andrew. I just want us to learn from this, to be honest with you, because this is a picture of what is going on in so many homes today. In so many homes. Larry Ogubanjo says the guy is a mumu. Why would you say the guy is a mumu, sir? Maybe you should provide some clarity on that. Why do you think the guy is mumu? Yalaje Roti Ogunlusi Yunusa, she needs anger management. I would think so myself. Mureni KG Ayinke Tinuke, if she has temper issues, then she's going on the wrong job. Well, apparently from these, the likelihood is that she will lose her nursing license. It's very likely. It is very, very likely. I mean, let's forget about the mother-in-law talking about her mother. Let's assume that the mother-in-law did the worst of things. Let's assume that the mother-in-law is a witch. Let's assume that the mother-in-law does not like her. Let's assume the unimaginable, the unimaginable wickedness that can be done. Let's say the mother-in-law is that wicked. Will that justify Jumoke's action that day? Jumoke was saying in that video, she has to leave, she has to leave. My life is being threatened. If she felt truly threatened, why wouldn't she leave the house? The woman wanted to leave the room. Jumoke said, no, she can't leave the room. And this is somebody who was shouting she was feeling threatened. Nobody was touching her. The guy, Andrew, was telling his mother to leave that room and go into another room so as to avoid the trouble. Jumoke insisted that woman was not leaving that room. So the woman managed eventually and go into another room. Jumoke went there and said, this is my room. Okay, let the woman leave your room again. She said, no, she's not coming out of that room also. And this is somebody who was shouting that she's been threatened, that she doesn't feel safe. Oh, I don't feel safe here with my daughter. And she was calling the police. Now, this video has gone viral. Jumoke obviously will lose this relationship. So, what man will want to enter into a relationship with the likes of Jumoke? What man will want to get into a relationship with Jumoke after seeing this video? And I don't know. Let me read a few more comments. Olufumi Tolualashe Adedumola, Jumoke herself is the threat. Thank you very much. Because I mean, from this video, even if we did not speak to anybody, we did not hear anything in addition to this video, and all we have is this video. From this video alone, it is clear, it is obvious that Jumoke was the problem. Jumoke was the problem. So maybe we should take it from the point of the guy who recorded this video. I know somebody said earlier that the guy is mumu, but every guy out there, this is my own viewpoint. If things started getting this bad, if things started degenerating to this level, if you can record video, record video. If you can do audio, do audio. Because the perpetrator may eventually change the story. I never did that. He was the one who did it. Record audio if you can. Record video if you can. And in the worst case scenario, though I'm not an advocate for divorce, I'm not saying people should go about divorcing their wives or husbands, but listen, it is better to divorce and stay alive. It is better to divorce and stay and have your liberty than to remain in the marriage and end up dying or end up in prison, losing your liberty. If things become this bad, just take a walk. Just walk away. It's not going to be the end of the world. Just yesterday, as I was trying to gather information in regards to this video, I got wind of another story. Somebody told me another story, which happened here in the United Kingdom. The guy came to the UK, and then he started working. He didn't have papers. He didn't have settlement papers. He just, as people who have come here to hustle will do. He got some papers, and then he started working. But he didn't have his genuine residence papers yet. But, he started working, started hustling. His wife was in Nigeria. So eventually, after a couple of years, he brought the wife into the UK. And then because he had some sort of papers that he was using to work, he told the woman that, okay, you know what, rather than looking for papers for you to work, let me focus on you to sponsor you to go to school. And then once you are, once you are sorted, and then we'll find a way to get you papers as well. Once you are sorted, then we will sort out my own. Let me continue to hustle as a man and work to keep the family going. And then the man continued to do that. She saw the lady through school. They had the first child, the second child. The eldest of their children now is 11 years old. They had 2 children together. So eventually the man thought, you know what? I've been able to build the home. My wife has graduated. She's working. She has a good job. We have children. My wife now has papers because the woman eventually got her papers. But the husband, the man who brought her to the country, did not have his papers. So the man said, now let me now work out how I will have my own papers. Now you have papers. We've had 2 children here who are citizens of this country. You have your own papers. So through you and the children, I will now have my own paper. When the man brought up the discussion, the woman said, no, if you don't have paper, of what implication is that to you? You've been in this country for years now, you don't have paper and you are surviving. Of what implication is... When I heard it, I nearly developed migraine when I heard it. So the woman did not stop there. She now told the guys that, okay, anyway, if you're going to have papers, you have to sort me out very well. Okay, well, what more do I do? Do you want me to do? So buy me a brand new car. The guy, eventually bought her a new car. The guy couldn't afford to buy the car outrightly. He bought it on a hire purchase. So the guy was paying on the car gradually. The car is worth about £12,000. £12,000. So the guy was paying monthly for the car. So the guy and the wife now agreed that, okay, the guy should get his own papers too. So they went to a solicitor. The solicitor billed the guy £1,000. The guy said, okay, he doesn't have £1,000, but he will try and bring whatever he is able to get. The solicitor said, no, you have to bring £1,000, otherwise we can't commence work. So the following month, the guy gathered as much as he can get and called the wife. Every month, even though they live together, every month this guy was given the wife £500 because the wife wanted him to be paying £500 for the house upkeep. So he was given the woman £500 every month, even though they were living together. So the guy called the lady, the wife, and said, listen, I have £700 out of the £1,000 the solicitor wanted. I'm going to remove £300 from your monthly 500 so I can add it, so I can go and give it to this solicitor. Next month, I will make it up to you. The woman said, over my dead body. How can go and look for the 300 if you don't have it? How can you take out of my 500 that you have given me? When I heard this story, to be honest, I nearly developed migraine. Things are happening. Things are happening. So the guy eventually went somewhere else, got the money, borrowed the money, paid the solicitor, and then came back. And then the lady said, the wife said, hey, so you think you are really going to get this paper? I said, no, I'm not going to allow you to get this paper until you finish paying for the car you bought me. How ridiculous. How ridiculous. How wicked. She said, you have to finish paying for the car. And the guy has about 4 years to repay for the car. So you have to finish paying for the car before you get your papers. At this point, the guy became very mad and then left the relationship. Just went away, left the marriage. And of course, as he was leaving the marriage, there was another woman out there who was ready to welcome him. So he went into the hands of another woman. That one took him in. 2 years down the line, maybe the wife felt some sort of remorse. She started going about asking friends, their family friends, to talk to the guy so that the guy will come back. So they were able to persuade the guy and prevailed on him. So he left the woman who took him in when he had nowhere to go. He left that one and went back to his wife. As soon as he got back to his wife told him, okay, for you to have the paper now, why don't you give us another 1 year so that we'll complete our building project in Nigeria. They were doing a building project in Nigeria. So give us another 1 year so that we'll and then the guy said he just couldn't believe how idiotic that statement was. And then he finally left the house and he vowed never to return. And because he left the second time, the lady decided that she was not going to allow him to have access to the children. Up till now, that guy does not have access to his 2 children. Up till now. This is a woman he brought all the way from Nigeria. Things are happening. I'm not discouraging anybody from bringing people to Nigeria if you're so much in love with them and you're sure that's the way God wants you to go. Go ahead. To be honest, it does work for some people, and some people have had their fingers burnt. So maybe you'll be one of the lucky ones, but things are happening. I sometimes don't understand what enters the head of our women when they come to Europe or when they come to the Western world. They just become totally different person. And this is not just about women. This story, it could be a woman bringing a man, and all of a sudden the man becomes something else. And then you realize that, I should have left him in Nigeria where he was. But because we're looking at Jumoke and Andrew today, and I have many instances, I'll give you another instance. This one happened in America. I heard that one yesterday as well, as I was, sniffing around for information on this Jumoke and Andrew video. I heard that one yesterday. It happened in America. The guy brought the lady also from Nigeria to America. He sent her to school. She became a doctor, a medical doctor. You know how much that man would have paid for that lady to have had a degree as a medical doctor. The guy was an accountant. So he paid the wife's way through university. She became a medical doctor. Soon after she became a medical doctor and she had a good job and everything, she said the guy should resign from his job, his accounting job, and should come and be her accountant. So how much are you making from that, your accounting, because the guy was working for a firm. He said, resign and come and be my accountant. The guy saw it as an insult. I said, never in my life. Like, you're accountant for what? The degree you have today, the medicine you're practicing today, who sent you to school? Is it not me? So how can I resign my job and come and be your accountant? It's an insult. And they had an argument over that. She called the guy all sort of names. Something sparked in the guy's head, and the guy left the house. After the guy left the house, 2 days later, the guy came back. Maybe his mind was now cool. So when the guy came back, she now started another issue. Say, you will tell me where you went for 2 days. Where you were for 2 days. You will explain. If you cannot explain, you need to go back there. The guy thought it was a joke. By the time he returned from work the following day, she had thrown his things out on the streets. He had to practically pick his things on the streets. And that was the woman he brought all the way from Nigeria. What is going on, people? Olufumi Toluwalashe Adedumola, Europe is roping them. Europe is roping them in, sir. I cannot agree more with you. There must be something in the water that people drink in Europe or in this Western world that turns their mind and brain against tradition and culture. They now come to this part of the world and start behaving like people without culture, people without home bringing. Look at Jumoke, for instance. What could that old woman have done that if somebody were to treat Jumoke's mother the way she treated Andrew's mother, will she be happy? Regardless of what the old woman must have done, will she be happy? And you who is watching me right now, if that is who you are, the kind of person you are, or you're listening to me by radio on voiceafricaradio.com, and that is the kind of person you are, ask yourself, if this were my father or my mother, and they were treated the way I'm treating my father-in-law, or my mother-in-law, or my brother-in-law, or, my sister-in-law, how will I feel? Or if my husband would treat me the way I am treating him, how will I feel? Or if my wife would treat me the way I am treating her, how will I feel? Lexiayo Ulufunke Ategunisa. Okay. They say it is the wind that has gotten into. There is a man of God who always will say that, women, the reason why they temporarily have mental challenges is because they don't wash their hair. They don't cool their hair with water. So sometimes something will spark there. It will be too hot. It's because they don't put water. So whatever a woman do, just be patient with them. Because, they don't put water on their head to cool their head. Oh, God. Larry Ogubanjo. What's wrong with the women in the country where they live? I don't understand, my brother. I do not understand. Morenika Adelosoyo Bazi, not our weevil. I'm sure you do put water on your hood to calm it and to cool it. But I mean, that man of God, usually say that jokingly. Whenever there's an issue between husband and wife, you say, you have to be patient with her. Women, they don't put water on their head, so their head is always hot. That's just a joke. On a more serious note, what Jumoke did, I hope she will realize that, she did something she shouldn't have done. I hope she does realize. I hope her parents will call her to order because she's got a father, she's got a mother, she's got a sister. I hope somebody in her family will call her to order to let her know that this is not done. This is inviting a curse on yourself, on your head, and on your daughter's head. To have treated that woman that way. It's totally unacceptable. Totally out of place. Apart from treating that woman that way, that man brought you to that country. Even if he hasn't done anything at all, he did that one thing. He saw you through school and you are biting the finger that fed you. You are asking your mother-in-law to leave the house. It's not even your house. Even if it was your house, asking her to leave the house. You are not even married to the guy any longer. Even if you were married to him, asking her to leave the house. And after asking the woman to leave the house, are you daft enough to think that the guy will still keep you in his house after asking his mother to leave his house? Are you so daft to think that after doing that, you will still have a home, you will still have a relationship, you will still have a marriage, whatever, with that guy? I can't believe that. If any of you want to call in to say anything at all, please feel free. The lines are open. But before you do call in, I did say to you earlier that I have a very, very good information for you about, especially for those of us who would like to do our MBA free of charge. I have a very good information for you. I'm going to give you that information very, very soon. So stay with me on the show. Don't go anywhere. I'm just going to very quickly take another commercial. It is very, very important. And as I take this commercial, that's just reminding every one of us out there who's got businesses, products, or services, advertise with us. We'll do a very good deal with you. and we'll do a very, very good job for you as well. Advertise with us and you'll never regret it. Let's take this commercial very quickly. Hear me, do let me know. Welcome back. Thank you so very much. I'm just going to read Larry Ogunbanjo's comment. Any woman who wants a settled home should have a relationship with the mother-in-law the man will be jealous of. Okay, should have the kind of relationship with the mother-in-law the husband will be jealous of. You are very correct. Your mother-in-law should be your God, best friend, confidant, etc. Only then will the man know he has nowhere to run. You are very correct, sir. You're very, very correct. I do say to people that one of the ways you can ensure that your man stays with you for the rest of his life without using jazz, or your woman stays with you for the rest of her life without using jazz, is to leave an indelible mark in their lives. Do something regularly that they will think about and say to themselves, I cannot afford to miss this thing in him or in her. I cannot afford to live without him or her doing XYZ that benefits me. If they constantly find a reason not to leave you, then they will not leave you. If they constantly find something about you they cannot live without, then they will not leave you. But the moment they see there's if she leaves, what will I miss? Nothing. If he leaves, what will I miss? Nothing. So he may as well walk away. He may as well go. She may as well just live my life. So you need to ensure that there is something you do regularly for which they will want to stay with you. I'm going to give you that information very quickly for those of us who would like to do our MBA free of charge. MBA free of charge. I'm going to give you that information now. All right, stay with me. This is the information. Write down the details. You want to do your MBA free of charge? Take down the details, please.
So hi guys, I was doing research recently and I came across an article that shocked me. Apparently, there's a school in Arizona State University that decided to make the MBA program, that's Masters in Business Administration. They decided to make it free. And I'm like, free MBA program? Like, are you sure? According to the article, they're looking for diversity. That's why they decided to make it free. So this looks too good to be true. So I called the school and I spoke with the assistant director of the program, and he told me that this is for I'm like, shut up, like seriously, but shut up. Apparently, Arizona State University decided to make their MBA program free because they're looking for diversity. I'm looking for diversity.
In an effort to diversify its student body, the WP Carey School of Business at Arizona State University will offer full scholarships to all incoming full-time MBA students starting in the fall of 2016.
So from what I gathered, this program, which is 2 years, it's worth $58,000 if you're an American resident. And if you're an international student, this full scholarship that they are giving is worth $98,800. So they just started this in 2016. I don't know for how long they will do this, but if you or somebody you know, or somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that you know is hoping to get a master's in business administration, tell them about this. This is a huge opportunity. When they started the program in 2016, 1,159 people applied, and they only accepted 119 people. So it's going to be very competitive, of course, because it's a free MBA program. Now, the thing that got my attention is, of all the people that they admitted, 31% are international students. Of course, they are looking for diversity. We have diversity in the US as well, so it's not like only the 31% will be the minority students. I'm pretty sure that they admitted a lot of African Americans, Hispanics, Native Americans, and so on and so forth. But the fact that 31% of them are international students, my people, so you understand, my people in Nigeria, in Cameroon, in Kenya, in Ethiopia, in South Africa, any country that you're from, if you're trying to get your MBA program in the US, this is a huge opportunity. Hopefully someone will take advantage of it, and if it's not you, tell somebody that may be looking for an opportunity to get an MBA program. I guess if you are admitted into this program, you just have to source for your living expenses, but the tuition apparently is being taken care of. The beautiful school, the school population is like 70-something thousand students, so it's a big school, and it's only the MBA program that is free. So if you're thinking about going into engineering or whatever, it doesn't apply to you. The best part, when I called them, I asked them that, must you have your undergraduate program in business administration? And they said no, that you could have your undergraduate program in anything really, so long as you can cope with the program. And as a matter of fact, it's on their website. 25% of those that they admitted in 2016 had business background. 8% had economics background, 19% came from engineering background. Can you imagine? And 21% had humanities, 13% came from social sciences, and 14% of them had science or math background. So you don't even have to have your first degree in business administration. So long as you know what you're doing and you want, don't just apply just so you can come to America. Make sure that you actually want to do the program, because you can't get a full scholarship and not do well. You have to pass. The things that you need to apply, you need to write an essay, you need to take tests, GRE or GMAT, that's what they told me, and of course you need to get your transcripts ready and recommendation letters, and the application fee for international students is $90. You have to pay that one is not free. My brother, you need to pay that one. My sister, you need to pay that $90. But if I were you, I would pay the $90 so I can get the $98,800 scholarship. So you understand? So the fact that you apply doesn't mean they will take you, but you never know until you apply. I think for some countries, they would request TOEFL as well, or IELTS, but the countries where English is the official language, I don't think that they're requesting for TOEFL. But if I were you, I would call them for more information. I would email them. And that 2016 that they started, they accepted some people from Africa. They had people from Nigeria, from Uganda, from South Africa. But I want to see more African countries on the list. So you understand? Go to asu.edu. Please do not write me to ask how do I apply. Please do not write me asking me to send some information to your inbox. This is all I know. This is all, everything I'm telling you right now is what I know. I just want to make sure that I don't keep this to myself. Because
in life, there are three things a man leaves for his children as an inheritance: good upbringing, a great education, and of course, real estate. Real estate is everlasting and it stays in your generation forever. Great City Homes allows you to own your own home in the fastest and easiest way possible. With only a 980,000 naira down payment, you can secure your own fully developed house today. Our latest Green City development is located in the rapidly developing suburbs of Isheri. Yes, there are 5 reasons why you must hurry now to secure your own Green City home before it's all gone. Properties in this area are rapidly increasing in value, and your house may actually double in price even before you move in. Number 2, the homes are well built in lush and naturally green surroundings that are critical for your health and happiness. You can secure your own Green City home with only 980,000 naira down payment and only 2 additional easy down payments of 100,000. After that, unlike other companies, you only pay the balance on delivery of your house. Our houses start at only 14.9 million naira total, making these properties the most affordable in the market right now. Call 0812-994-0746 now to ask about the Green City AfriNet special and get a 200,000 naira discount voucher. You can apply towards the purchase of any Green City home. But you must call now. These homes and the 250,000 naira AfriNet discount vouchers are very limited and are going very fast. Call now or go to greencitynigeria.com for more details.
Back. Thank you for coming back. Thank you very much for staying with me. Welcome back to The More You Look. The More You Look. I'm sure we've been able to look in-depthly into this viral video of Jumoke, Lawal and Andrew. And I want to believe that we've been able to learn one or two things from that video as well. If you're going through a violent relationship, an abusive relationship, and you know that nothing is likely to change, my advice is do something before it is too late. One of the things you could do may be to leave, to take a walk. Some people may not like it, but if that's what will save your life and will ensure your liberty, please do take a walk. I'm sure Jumoke and well, let me quickly add this. I just remembered now. I heard also just this morning that Andrew has actually moved out of the house for Jumoke. Before I forget, Andrew and his mother have moved out of the house. So Jumoke is now the landlady. She's now living in that house all by herself. Maybe that's what she wanted all along. So that is just adding to the number of the increasing number of women who are taking over homes from their husbands after all the men have done for them. Right, let me quickly read this before I close. Oluwadare Joshua, God bless everyone here. It is not where you meet her, whether USA, Europe, or even in Nigeria. It is about all upbringing. Let people make research, the kind of family Jumoke came out from. Then we see that what she did really proved a family. Let her ask God for forgiveness and also beg the old woman. But if not, it's a seed for her which will give her fruits. And on that note, I want to say a very big thank you to Oluwadare Joshua and all those who have been with me on this show. Kindly share this show even when we go off air. And please, all the lessons, these things, don't let them just go with the wind, or just as my people will say, go in through the right ear and go out through the left ear. Let's learn, let's imbibe all these lessons. Let us make our lives worthwhile. Let us, my people will say the horse that falls into a ditch will teach those who are coming behind. The horse in front who falls into a ditch teaches those who are coming behind. All these stories, let's ensure that we apply them to our lives so that we don't become victims ourselves. A big thank you to all our sponsors and those who have advertised with us. And again, do send in your adverts. Talk to us about what you do, your products and services, and let's cut you a good deal. Thank you so very much. I'll see you when next we'll come online, or when next The More You Look comes on air. My name again is Alare, or people will call me Justified in English. I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Stay blessed and be good to yourself and to those around you, knowing that what goes around comes around. Whatever you do to anyone will come back in the end to haunt you. Don't do to anyone what you do not wish them to do to you. It is what goes around that eventually comes around. And if anybody knows Jumoke, if you happen to know her personally, please do talk to her. Encourage her to turn a new leaf, to change, and hopefully she will listen to you. Do pray for her as well. As for Andrew and his mother, please, our prayers are with them. Keep praying for them. I don't know if I should be praying for the marriage to come back together, but I will be praying, of course, for Andrew, for him to be strong, because what he's going through right now will break any man. It can break any man. Please put him in your prayers, and anybody who is able to talk to Jumoke, please do so. Stay blessed. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.